Guys, this is Devin's channel too. Just getting back with y'all. We just saw episode 3. I tell you what, it was crazy, man. I did not expect Glenn to start off, to get right to that first off. I mean, he's been with us since season 1. I mean, you're talking about it's 2010 is when it came out, October 31st, and man, he got killed off tonight. Ain't that something? I don't want to blame it on Nicholas at all. I know what they're talking about on Talking Dead and everything. Where right now they're doing a live quiz, so they're kind of in their little break, commercial break, I guess you would say. But at first it kind of started off, with The Walking Dead, where the Rick and the people were running from the wood, running in the woods, and that one guy looks at Michonne and he's like, he all brought us out here to get for us to get killed and this and that, and Michonne's like telling him, we'll make it, and you need to trust him and this and that, and then Rick hops in the RV and about 10 minutes into the show and goes on through that and he's, of course, he's looking for the keys. He gets in the keys, and like I just said, he hops in the RV and he's just traveling down the road. I didn't exactly pay attention where he went to. I had to step out for a minute. A few people could write in and or email me or hit me up on a message and let me know exactly where did he drive to. I'd appreciate that. Leave your comments as always. Nobody's left any comments so far. Always click the subscribe and ask me things. What you would like to hear on more of your input. Pretty good, man. I have to say, other than it was just the episode that started off great. I just didn't expect to see, as far as Glenn being killed. I did not see that coming at all. I didn't see it. Wikipedia, I didn't read this week. As far as spoiler alerts, I didn't read it. I know Trev Channel 2, I know he had something he put out, I guess maybe earlier today. I didn't check into it. Today's been a busy day for me. He did do some spoiler alerts. I don't know exactly when he uploaded that and put it out. I don't know if he did it this morning. He did it before the show when he did it. But neither way are me and him coordinated in any such forms. I bring up his name a lot because I think he does a great job on his channel, his blogs, if he wants to call it a blog or not. Not to offend him, Trev, if you ever watch this, but his comments and his streaming that he does on The Walking Dead and Fear of the Dead, or Fear of the Walking Dead, however you want to call it. I don't know if y'all noticed too, though, to get out there. They showed that little spoiler of I think it was about 15 minutes into the show. They had that one thing that was going on with Fear of the Walking Dead, where they're in the plane, and I don't know what's up with that girl, the Korean girl, whatever, Asian girl, but and the boy's talking to that lady, and the guy looks like me. I think the guy, if I recall, was doing something, was sipping on a drink or something like that, or and the lady handed him a drink or something. And actually, the plane's actually in the air now, so but they still haven't shown on as far as the boat, the black guy in the boat, and what he left with a few people. I think he left with Travis and I can't remember the one girl's name, and a few other people. I think Nick was on there too on that boat. I think he left with them. I could be wrong or not. Like I said, you guys hit me up with the with suggestions or about whatnot, or you can always get to my my site that I'm on now and tell me what went on with that. If you've seen any spoilers or whatnot, and uh, but as far as the plane scene goes, man, I really thought that she knows something. I don't know. I wouldn't say she's infected, but I'm thinking she maybe knows the cause of what's going on. Maybe she works for the military. Maybe she's part of the Center for Disease Control, and they've had kind of like made this more of like the what would you call it? Kind of like they did in the first season of The Walking Dead when they went to the CDC center and they said they was specialized measles or smallpox that was made when the guy stood up and said, "Do you know what this place is?" And we contain or we harbor weaponized smallpox and this and that. Well, maybe it's something she knows about that. That would be quite interesting to know. I have to look into that. But like I said, I don't think we're going to see anything as far as what's going to happen. Like I said, I think we got about another 7 to 8 months to go. Let me think. This is going almost about November. I think what next Saturday is today's the 25th. So next Saturday is what or next Saturday would be probably the Halloween. So anyhow, but like I said, we got until spring or the beginning of summer, I think, when they're going to start up Fear of the Walking Dead or Fear of the Dead, whatever they want to call it. I'm not really up to date with that. I don't really. I'm not a really big fan of it. You know, the first season with the episodes they did. In fact, I don't even know how many episodes they did with the first season. I think it was what, 6 or 7 they had, but it did hold us over until the new season of season 6 of The Walking Dead started. So that was a good thing for. I know a lot of people like that, but did it ruin it for The Walking Dead? Was season 5 of The Walking Dead, was that the final season? Now that Glenn has died, are we gonna is the ratings gonna drop? By the way, I did have a thing that I read the other day, and I was gonna put it up on one of my blogs that the ratings has dropped since the last show. It's dropped by 20%. I think I read that in Esquire magazine or something like that. Why that is, I don't know who it is. I don't know the if it's the age range or what people are seeing, or people are just kind of starting to lose their interest in it as far as The Walking Dead. Maybe they're more into the Fear of the Walking Dead than as opposed to The Walking Dead. Now that, once again, like I'll say, now that Glenn has died, I'm really looking to see what the ratings are going to be now. If people are really going to lose interest, because like I said, he's been with us, man, for, let's say, what's almost 6 years. This show's been going on. It started off in 2010, October 31st. So, I mean, he's been there since day one. It was funny, though, that he called Rick tonight a dumbass. I remember in season 1 when he saved him, when he was on the horse and then he got in the tank and everything, and he got on the walkie-talkie and he was calling in on the tank. I don't know how. I would like to know how he knew how to get on the frequency to get into the tank's radio to call to him. That would have been interesting to see how that was done. I guess that's just one of those things we don't really know about, but it's just a movie clip anyhow. But it was he called when they were climbing up that ladder and this and that, and he called him a dumbass. Well, he did it tonight too, but it was kind of crazy. But then we had Daryl. We had Daryl. He was riding on his motorcycle. He was speeding off, going down the road, hauling ass, and doing he was looking for Rick. He was calling out for Rick and this and that. I didn't really see what was going on with that. So the night was really a bigger disappointment for me because a lot of it I missed because I had so much kind of going on with doing this and that and everything else. Being as a Sunday, I got to head back to school tomorrow and had other things going on. Had emails coming in and people calling me and this and that, and try to read up on stuff, and also trying to watch The Walking Dead and do other things. And it's just been a crazy night. But a lot, like I said, I know after this they're going to show it again, so I am going to take more notes on it. I did write down some notes about it. I do that. That's one of my regimens I do anytime I go on like Wikipedia, find spoilers. I write down notes. I always prepare myself. I did try to do a behind the scenes thing the other day. In fact, it was I think it was last night or the night before last night. I tried to do a behind the scenes, what I actually do to get prepared before I come up here and do my stuff. It's just not like I get up here and I just start speaking and start talking and then I just publish it and it just goes on YouTube. And there's a lot of editing that goes into it. There's a lot of things that that I'm still working on as far as videos that I have put out there. I think with as far as I've got up there. If you notice now, if you go to my channel, if you go to www.com, YouTube, or if you go to www.youtube, Devin's channel 2. Well, now it's Devin's channel, or it used to be Devin's chain, like CHAN 2. It'll probably go to a different website, but it might ring me up as same thing as a URL. Now it's Devin's channel, CHANNELL 2. So I've changed that up a little bit because there was some mix-up going on there. It was leading to somebody else's website or something like that. The URL changed, ID changed, and all the other stuff. But anyhow, that's just behind the scenes stuff. But like I said, I was trying to do that, how I get myself prepared for it and everything. Like I said, it's not just going up here and just talking, which is pretty much what I do. But there's a lot that goes into it. So I was trying to put out a lot of videos this week, but I just couldn't do it. There was a lot of spoilers that came up, but I did not know anything about as far as Glenn dying, and and I did not expect Nicholas. I thought Nicholas had contracted the disease. Remember when he's walking in the woods and he's going up the little hill and there's people beside him, and he kind of stops and he looks around. And he gets that look like he's sick or something. Like he just feels nauseous, like he needs to throw up. Um, and then when he's on the top, him and Glenn are on top of the trash bin or trash can or whatever container you want to call it, and they kind of slow it down in slow motion, and he looks like, I wouldn't say a panic attack, but he just looks like he's just like, is he getting ready to turn? I thought for a minute there, is he getting ready to turn? Is he getting, is he getting ready to get sick or something like that? And then he just turns around and says, I can't exactly quote what he says. Maybe you guys can help me out on that, but thank you for everything, or I'm sorry, and he kills himself. Falls over, knocks Glenn down, and then Glenn's done with. 6 years, they write Glenn off. So I'm really upset with AMC about that. I didn't know any idea. I'm kind of interested to see where this is going to take him now. It's not going to be the same as far as The Walking Dead goes now, because he plays such a big role. He was a big character in it. When I first saw episode 1 of The Walking Dead, I didn't see it for like 5 months after it came out in 2010. I was living up in Carolina. I was too busy with working and everything else. I started getting into it then, but I wasn't shooting videos for it or doing anything as far as YouTube or getting on the computer discussing it. I don't read any of the comics at all. They're really hard to find, as far as I know. If you even go to Barnes and Nobles, which is where I'm at, they don't have them. And I'm pretty sure you can go online and buy them, but I'm pretty sure they're expensive. I just rather watch, go on Wikipedia, learn from AMC. I'd rather spend my money wisely and just not do that. Some people get the comments, read it. They go from season to season all the way up to how many seasons they're going to have. As far as with the comic book might go up to 15 seasons, whereas they may only shoot. This is season 6. They may only shoot season. Uh, they may only go up to season 7. The ratings might drop to where people might not watch it no more after Glenn's death. Who knows? I'm interested to see what's going to happen next week. I'm interested to see what's going to happen the week after that. So I'm sure you guys feel the same way. It's so on so. But next week's episode is going to be for season 6, episode 4. It's going to be a 90-minute runtime. So that's going to be a better episode. I think all the episodes should run an hour and a half to 2 hours. Maybe some people don't agree with me on that, but I think we should see more. I think 60 minutes isn't enough. It's just not enough. The show's gone too far. There's been too many viewers. There's way too many viewers is the word I want to use, or term I want to use. 60 minutes is just not enough at all to have to wait a whole week for just one show. As far as that goes, but I'm looking forward to 90 minutes episode next week. Um, the way things went before I wrap it up, I got one more suggestion. I'm not too sure about what's going to happen with Rick. Now that what happened with Glenn, who's going to take? I'm not saying anybody's going to needs to take Glenn's place, but how is Maggie going to handle it when she finds out about it? Is Maggie pregnant? Who knows? I haven't read anything about that at all or not. If you guys know anything about it, any spoilers, leave some comments about it. If you've heard anything about it, let me know. Keep me up to date on it, whatnot. If I find anything, I'll keep you guys up to date and post it on my page. Anyhow, this is Devin's channel too, and like I said, I'll keep you all guys up to date on what's going on as far as The Walking Dead, and keep you spoilers alert as far as what's going on with Fear of the Walking Dead, or Fear of the Dead, whatever you want to call it. I call it two different separate names for some reason. That's just me. Anyhow, but like I said, I appreciate all you guys' support. Subscribe, hit the like button, share it with everybody. It helps me out. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys another time. Thanks.